we have close to about 100 cars. Predominantly, we have American cars because that's what I used to like when I started collecting them. But we do have a few German as well as cars made from Britain as well as France.
Sir, at total, how many cars do you have with you?
Okay, at the moment I own about 100 cars, but on display at the museum currently are about 55. You know, we have this habit of constantly rotating the cars. So while you would see a few of them this time, next time when you visit, you'll see a different collection. So that's how we manage our collection.
So, among these, which one is the most special one to you?
I mean, my first car, I would say, is always special, although all of them are special, which is this 1932 Chevrolet. And this I purchased in 1994 for a sum of 5,000 rupees from Rajasthan, Ramgarh, Shekhawati region, Rajasthan. It took us a year to restore this car at that time because parts were not available. I had to import some parts from the US. And that's how, and it was a great feeling to have the car back on the roads. I think that's what triggered the passion of collecting.
So, the oldest car you have in your inventory?
Yeah, at the moment we have a Rolls Royce of 1928, which is on display.
And the most difficult one to restore?
We have a 1957 Ford Fairlane Skyliner convertible. It's a hard top, but with the press of a button, the roof opens up and it folds into three parts and gets into the dicky, and it becomes a convertible car. Every time some motor or the other is not in synchronization and it just stays up. So we are trying to rectify that fault, but it is giving us a lot of problems because it's got about 100 feet of wiring. So you never know where the problem happens.
So, how many vintage brands do you have on display?
I mean, predominantly we have American cars because that's what I used to like when I started collecting them. But we do have a few German as well as cars made from Britain as well as France, but they are smaller in number.
So, how do you restore them? Like, how difficult is to restore them, and who do you the point of contact people?
Initially, before the museum, I used to restore it through professional restorers who were in Delhi. But now I've developed my own team and we do the restorations ourselves. Whatever parts are required, we try and import them from whether Europe or US. And we seek advice and help. We have groups, we have restoration groups, which we keep taking suggestions or giving suggestions to people in order to restore the same.
Then let's come to motorbikes. So, what do you have for us?
Motorbikes, I predominantly have been very keen on looking at the entire Indian saga of Lambrettas, Vespas, Rajdoot. You know, those Indian makes were very popular and virtually every household had it. I mean, we do have a few imported brands like the Triumph, Harley Davidson and all that, but they were not very common. When a visitor comes here, what does he like to see? He immediately notices that motorcycle which was there in his family, whether he owned it or his father owned it or even his grandfather who owned it. So suddenly there is an emotional connect. And I think that's been the success of this museum, is that any visitor who comes here gets an emotional connect, and that's what we've been able to deliver.
Thank you so much. And what about the future? Like, what do you see? How do you want to plan to expand your fleet?
we have 2 acres of land more. At the moment, we are toying with the idea whether we should do an extension of the museum, or should we do a museum come a hotel. So because people ask us for residency also, which we currently don't offer. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that we keep getting popularity through your means also, and we are able to expand the museum and develop a hotel also.
And a message for car enthusiasts who
I
love
think
vintage cars.
people who've enthusiasts who've not been here, it's high time that you guys come here and have a look at this place. It's interesting. You'll probably learn a lot, and probably I will learn a lot based on your experiences. So I think it's worthwhile taking a trip down.